This is a practice video of Nature Boy by Eden Abez. I'm going to do this as a medium bossa nova. We're going to do a lot of things here. We're going to work through the melody, make sure we get the melody straight, and we learn how to phrase the melody different ways. We'll also work on some nice fingerings for the right hand melody. We'll go through and build all the left hand chords, learn how to invert the chords a little bit, play them a little bit more rhythmically freely, and then put it all together in a nice arrangement that works along with this bass that we have. Let's go ahead and listen to one more performance of it before we start to tear it apart. Here it is again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Okay, good. Let's go ahead and start tearing this melody apart. Rhythmically, it's not too difficult, mostly eighth notes and not a lot of syncopation in there. We start with our thumb, and you can see it fits really nicely to go in that D minor position here with the 2, 3, and 5 on D minor, and we go thumb, 5, 3, 2. And we keep our hand in that position, and for the next little phrase, it has a few eighth notes in it, we're going to go. So it's going to be thumb, second finger, switch under to the thumb, and that gives us 1, 2, 4. Then we can easily come down and go 3, 2, 1 on the A, F, and D. So altogether we go 1, 2, 1, 2, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that would happen pretty much on the next phrase also. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 4, 3. So let's go ahead and do that first line. Here's the click. We'll do that first line together. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, play. 1, 2. Again. 1, 2. And we'll stop there. Okay, so get comfortable with the feeling of your hand in this position. Moving up to this position. Okay. Now we go to the second line. We've ended on the third finger here at the beginning of the second line, and we can stay there and go 3, 5, 4, 3, 5, 4. Here we're going to go 2, 4, 3, 1, 2. So let's start that second line again. From the A, we go 3, 5, 4, 3, 5, 4, then switch to 2, 2, 4, 3, 1, 2. That opens us up to get their thumb down here on the next A. So let's go to that second line now and do that with the click, starting on the third finger. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 5, 4, 3, 5, 4, 2, 4, 3, 1, 2. All right, good. Now on the next line, you can see that we're going to get down and get our thumb here on the A. So we go down to the thumb on the A and the pinky finger up to the A. And that lets us go 1, 5, 4, 3, 1, 5, 4, 2, 5, 4, 2, and that same finger again. 1, 5, 4, 2. So that line, 1, 5, 4, 2, 1, 5, 4, 2. Now one thing you want to make sure you notice that in this third line, the melody slows down considerably as compared to the first two lines, so make sure you don't play this rhythm in a faster tempo. Okay, let's go ahead and play this line together, starting with the pickup to the third line. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 5, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3. 1, 5, 4, 2, 1. Good. All right. Now, that brings us to the fourth line. We can go from the thumb up to the fourth finger. Okay. And then that would go 1, 4, 3, 1, 2, 3. So we can keep everything right here in this position. 1, 4, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so let's do that fourth line together, giving us the pickup to that A pickup to the fourth line. 1, 2, 3. 1, 4, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, good. All right, so let's go ahead and do the first four lines together. We'll put on the bass again and the click, and we'll see how it goes. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, ready, play. 1, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 4, 3, 5, 4, 3, 5, 4, 2, 4, 3, 1, 2. Down to the thumb. 1, 5, 4, 2. 1, 5, 4, 2. 1, 4, 3, 1, 2, 3. All right. Good. All right. Now you can see the second half is pretty much the same until we get to the last phrase. We have, let's go ahead and do that with the click. So here we go into the second half. 1, 2, 3, 1, 5, 3, 1, excuse me. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 5, 3, 2, 3, 4. 1. 1, 2, 1, 2, 4, 3, 2, 1. 4. 1. 1, 2, 1, 2, 4, 3, 5, 4, 3, 5, 4, 2, 4, 3, 1, 2. Same thing. 1, 5, 4, 2, 1, 5, 4, 2, 1. All right, now things change a little bit in the last line. You can keep it all right here in the hand if your hand is right there on that A octave. So we've got thumb 4, 3, 2, 1, 5, 4, 1, 3, 2. One more time. 1, 4, 3, 2, 1, 5, 4, 1, 3, 2. All right, let's put the click on and do that last phrase. 1, 2, 3. 1, 4, 3, 2, 1, 5, 4, 1, 3, 2. Okay, good. All right, so let's go ahead and try to do the entire melody together with the bass, and then I'll go through and we'll do it one more time where you play the melody and I'll play the chords. Okay, so here we go. Once together all the way through the tune. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, ready, play. 1, 2, 1, 2, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 1, 2, 4, 3, 5, 4, 3, 5, 4, 2, 4, 3, 1, 2. 1, 5, 4, 2. 1, 5, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 1, 2, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 1, 2, 4, 3, 5, 4, 3, 5, 4, 2, 4, 3, 1, 2. 1, 5, 4, 2, 1, 5, 4, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1, 5, 4, 1, 3, 2. All right. Okay, now let's get you to go ahead and play that melody, and I'll play the chords, and we'll see what happens. Okay. No, let's go ahead and use the click. Okay, here we go. You play the melody. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, ready, play. Next line. All right. Okay, so hopefully you're a little bit more comfortable with the melody now. Let's go through and build the chords. There aren't a lot of different chords in this tune. There's really only a few, so let's look at what they are. D minor 7, we've built that before on different tunes. D minor 7, D, F, A, and C. Now coming up we have what's called a minor 2-5. That would be anytime you have a half diminished chord, followed by a dominant chord, that's a fourth above, and then it's kind of a 2-5-1, a minor 2-5-1, in that it resolves to a D minor chord. That E half diminished chord, though, E, G, B flat, and D, I like it with the 5, 4, 2, and 1 fingering. The A7, instead of going down to root position, I like to go ahead and move those top two pitches down, so that, in this case, they're both moving down by half step. It feels okay to go ahead and put your thumb up there, although my fingers are a little cramped. You could go to a position like this, but this one is a little bit difficult to getting your second finger to move from the B flat to the C sharp and the E half diminished to the A7, so that's why I actually prefer to go ahead and do it that way. The A7 would be E, G, A, and C sharp. And back down to the D minor. We've got that chord progression again at the end of the first line. And then what we can do is look at that next line. We've got an interesting little harmonic figure, which is called Kesh. It stands for chromatically embellished static harmony. What's going on is we have a D minor chord 4 times in a row. And so you can see that what happens is we have that D minor chord. The top, if we build a D minor chord with the D at the bottom and the top, you can see that our thumb comes down to make a D minor major 7. Then it comes down again to make a D minor 7. Then it comes down again to make a D minor 6. So altogether we have this sort of a feel. D minor major, D minor 7, D minor 6. Right here, the G minor chord, we could go to root position, but actually since our fingers are right there in that D minor 6, I like to get it right here. D minor 6, and like this, G minor, F, D, G, and B flat. Just go ahead and get that all together from the D minor major, D minor 7, D minor 6, and to a G minor 7. Pinky, 4th finger, 3rd and 2nd, G minor 7th. Back up to the D minor and to a D half diminished, which we've already built. Now the A7 is right there. Okay, so we've got a real nice feel going from E half diminished to the A7, onto a D minor. In the 4th line we have an E7 flat 9. Well, that would be 5 notes. You only have to take care of 4 though, however, because the melody is the flat 9. So you've only got to worry about the E7 part. So an E major 7 is E, G sharp, B, and D sharp, so this would be E, G sharp, B, and D. Okay? And then our A7 is right there again. We've done it several times. That pretty much gets us through the tune. There aren't any different chords from here to the end of the tune. Just different rhythm. Actually, there's, well, one chord at the very end. We've got a D minor 6. We have seen that before already in the measure 6. So we've got a D, F, A, and B. The 6 does not come from the natural minor. It comes from the melodic minor. So D, F, A, and B for a D minor 6. So let's go ahead with the click and go ahead and play through those chords. Just remember, you can get most of these chords right here in this. You don't even have to move your hand that much. They're right here between D and D. Most of them are anyway. Okay, here we go. All through the chords. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, ready, play. Get ready for that E half diminished. A7, D minor. E half diminished. A7. And here's that cash. Thumb comes down by half step. Get to the G minor, D minor, and E half diminished. Okay, A7. Now start thinking about that D minor. It's right here. Now you've got a lot of time to think for that E7. Here it is right here. Now you've got 2 measures to think of that A7. Here it is right here. Good. Second half. And E half diminished. A7. D minor. D minor. And here's that thumb moving down. G minor. A7. Here's that inversion. D minor, and E7, A7, and D minor 6. Okay, all right. Now, some of these chords are kind of new and they feel kind of awkward going from one to the next, so you can go ahead and try that again. You can stop and go back and do that section again. Practice it on your own at a slower tempo. Get those chords to feel nice and then go through and try it again. Right now, let's go ahead and try to work on messing around with the melody a little bit. Actually, maybe before we do that, I'll go ahead and put on the bass and the click. I'll play the melody and have you play the chords with me, okay? So you go ahead and play the chords. You can play them freely or you can play them on the beat if you want, whichever way you want to do it. But we'll give you a band to accompany at this point, okay? So here we are. Ready? You give the chords and I'll play the melody and the bass. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, ready, play. right. Okay, good. Now let's go ahead and mess around with the melody different ways. This one's kind of nice because you can really push and pull that melody kind of back and forth within the measure however you want. It's written like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4, 1, 2. But I can slow those notes down in the first measure if I want. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or I could go 1, 2, 3, 4. Or I could even push it later. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so you can just mess around with that D minor triad however you want. In fact, you can kind of go up and down it. Okay, the next part too starts on the and of 2, but you can start it earlier if you like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Right, I started it there on the and of 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Or maybe I could push the whole phrase a little bit earlier. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Right? Okay, so there's a lot of things you can push and pull those into different parts of the measure if you like. This part here, you can do what you like there too. You can push it a little bit earlier. 3, 4. 3, 4. 3, 4. And if you do something like that, just when we get to talk about the left hand, make sure that your left hand agrees with that melody. Okay? You could push it later too. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1. Okay? So with this part, I think you can just push and pull this next section here. Also, it doesn't have to be dotted half followed by quarter, dotted half followed by quarter. You could have a doubly dotted half followed by an eighth. Like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. Or you could delay the first note of the next measure, maybe pushing it to beat 2 or to the and of 1 of the next measure. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2. This will sound kind of interesting with the bass. Let's go ahead and hear what that sounds like. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So I think the basic thing you're looking at is pushing and pulling these note values kind of forward and backwards within the measure and even over the bar lines a little bit to give it more of a relaxed feel. I'll go ahead and do a performance of it for you so you get the idea of what I'm talking about. Okay, so here's the metronome to keep us straight. I'll play the chords in my left hand pretty much straight, but I'll mess around with the melody by pushing and pulling and lengthening and shortening the rhythmic values. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so you got the idea. And the other thing I did occasionally was a grace note. Most of the time I'm doing grace notes, it's when I have a white note and I can gliss up to the white pitch from the adjacent black pitch. For example, the first phrase. Okay, so you can try some glissing as well. It's just a matter of your second finger or your third finger usually, sort of just glissing off of the black pitch right into the white pitch there. Okay, that's where most of your glisses happen. The left hand, what I'm experimenting mostly with is the inversions of the chords. So if I see D minor 7, I get really comfortable with the different inversions of the D minor 7. And it's really nice to feel what any of these inversions would feel like going to an inversion of the next chord. For example, here's D minor 7 and here's E half diminished. Well, here's my D minor 7 in first inversion, F, A, C, and D. And here's my E half diminished in first inversion, G, B flat, D, and E. Here's my D minor 7th chord in second inversion, A, C, D, and F. And here's my E minor 7 flat 5 chord in second inversion, B flat, D, E, and G. So I've got lots of possibilities. What's a nice exercise is to just go through each of these chords, and there's not many. Once again, I think there's a total of about 7 different chords in this tune. Go through each chord and just mess around with the inversions. Let's go ahead and do that a little bit right now. Find a D minor 7th chord. Now let's go to first inversion, F, A, C, and D. And get the feel of that under your hand. Now how about second inversion, A, C, D, and F. And how about third inversion? A, D, F, and, C, D, F, and A. That's also down here, C, D, F, and A. How about the E half diminished chord? E, G, B flat, and D. Now let's do that in first inversion. G, B flat, D, and E. And second inversion, B flat, D, E, and G. Third inversion, D, E, G, and B flat, or down here, D, E, G, and B flat. A7, A, C sharp, E, and G. First inversion, C sharp, E, G, and A. Second, E, G, A, and C sharp. And third inversion, G, A, C sharp, and E. Okay? So just getting the feel of those different inversions. All right, so that's the first thing. The next thing I was doing was when there's a large space in my melody, I'm playing a lot of upbeats, actually. When the melody is active, I don't do as much. And I try to make my left hand agree with my right hand here. Change the chords when the melody changes. Okay, all right. Here, a lot of space. That's maybe where I can experiment with some of these inversions. Both rhythmically and with the inversions. Now, I know this is getting kind of, it's pretty much at an intermediate level. If you're just really not comfortable enough with these, if it's hard enough for you just to find the chords, that's fine. Playing them on beat 1 is fine. It's no problem. I'm just trying to show you some stylistic things that happen here. Here's some more. I can rhythmically play this E7 chord in measure 13, and I can invert it. That's a nice little rhythm. Sort of a Latin rhythm, I guess you might say it is. 1 and 3, 4, 1 and it's almost sounding like it's a tango or something. 1 and 3, 1 and 3, and 1 and 3, and 1 and 3. 1. Let's do that. That's really nice there. Let's hear what that sounds like with the track. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, ready, play. So just some rhythmic things there. I just try to get the two hands to be playing off of each other, mess around with the inversions in the left hand, try to get them a little bit more rhythmic when the right hand isn't doing so much, try to make the left hand agree with the right hand when there's those interesting harmonic things happening between the left hand and the right hand like that. So here's what we'll do. I'll go ahead and play the melody for you and the bass, and you can go ahead and play around rhythmically with the left hand chords. Okay, so let's give that a shot. Here's our click, and try to be more active when my right hand isn't playing, and try to be less active when my right hand is playing a lot of things. And then try to make your left hand agree with my right hand, especially in that second line. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, ready, play. Comes the next part. Okay, well, I hope you were able to get through that. Now let's go ahead and do another one where I'll let you do both the left hand and the right hand by yourself. Try to be rhythmically creative in the left hand and have it sort of feed off of the right hand and the different creative things you're doing with that. Okay, so I'll go ahead and give you the click and the bass, and I'll guide you along every once in a while. Okay, here we go. Here's the click, and here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, ready, play. Next phrase. Last line. All right. Good. Well, you can keep practicing this one. You can go back and do the video again, or just find the place in the video that gave you the most trouble or that you enjoyed doing the most and do it again. I look forward to really hearing you do a creative arrangement of this. So have a good time with the video. Look forward to hearing you, and we'll see you at the next video.